Hello, teacher. This is the group number 5. The topic for today is 5 techniques for learning English in high school with irregular verb. The integrants for this group is Cantos Tumbaco, Angelina Elizabeth, Mendoza, Marchán, Alex Abraham, Villarruel, Delgado, Karim Jair, and García Pinargote, Milis Maite. The first technique for this learning English is games and interactive activities. Interactive games and activities are a great way to make learning irregular verbs found and changing for students. Some ideas include, the first games is memory. This game is create cards with the verbs in the present and its form in the past. The students must join they correctly. This activity will have 10 minutes for the practice. Cards will be created with different verbs in the present and other cards with the same verb, but in their past form. The students who will practice it will be chosen with the color selection methods, where each one will choose a piece of paper with the name of a color and they will carry out an activity. I will be used it in the development of the class, where the students will demonstrate that we have understood or correct to heard so that they can understand better. The second game for this technique is verse race. Divide students into teams. The numbers will depend of the numbers of students. They will be given a list for verb in the normal forms. They should write a past for each verb, listen as quickly as possible. This activity will last 10 minutes. Since 1 minute will be given to the answer, the verb. Then they will go to the blackboards in the error will be corrected and it will be discovered in the objective of the class is met. For example, identify by means of games the verb in the present with their past form correctly. I will be done is evaluations and the end for the class. And the third and last game for this technique is verb bingo. This game is to prepare bingo cards with irregular verbs in their past tense. And students may mark the correct verb as they are mentioned in class. This activity will be carried out in the development of the class so that it is entertaining, playful, and enjoyable class. I will last approximately 10 of 25 minutes. All students will play bingo. The verb will be sounds in their present forms, and the students must identify what the past tense of the verb if they can shout well.
Quiere cambiar. Song and music. Song and music are engaging and memorable way to teach irregular verbs in English. I select songs that contain examples of irregular verbs in the present and past tense because it will be a fun technique for high school students. This technique is used in 20 minutes in the class development. Students will begin a worksheet and students will be asked to listen and complete the missing verb form after they have finished completing the worksheet. They can sing the song in groups of strength and practice the verbs in meaningful context. For example, the two students can be grouped together and make sentences in their true form, present, past simple, and past participle. Online games. Teaching irregular verbs through gamification and arguably best learning through games because verbs are not taught, they are verbs and they memorize. And we are more likely to learn verbs more easily through and acting. One result could be the word one online game on the click is taught when conscious any game. One often as word missing to learn verbs in present and past tense. This technique will be developed in 10 minutes the end class. In a fiscal high school, be implemented in the following way using the gamification technique in the computer room so that a student can develop the activity. Then we will go to student and provide the link to the online game page. In a particular high school, most of the 10 high internet and electron device. Then the will grow the student and provide the link to the online game page.
Well, the next activity is repetition techniques and writing practice. This technique consists in three activities: list of verbs, complete sentences, and dialogue and narrative. The first activity is the list of verbs. The list of verbs uh, provide students with lists on regular verb in present and past, so the student then periodically. Um, Teacher show the list, and a student study them periodically and repeat. The next activity, the next activity is next is dialogue and narrative. Then a student repeat and study the list of verbs. As a student to write dialogue and narrative using regular verbs in the present and past, which will allow the practice then incorrectly. During the activity, depend how many students are in the class. Next.
Well, okay. In the next page, please. Yes. Multimedia research. Okay, multimedia research such as videos, interactive apps can be evaluated for learning irregular verbs. There are many apps for websites that offer interactive games and exercise to practice the verbs in different contexts. Students can use these tools both in the classroom and home to reinforce in their skills. Next, please. Okay, the multimedia research have several options for use in classrooms. Among them are the next, for example, in the Google, in the page official that at one university, for example, Oxford, or have learning English for teens, Boys in the Dark, and YouTube is one platform that can use see videos for learn about this language. And for example, Lyrics training, training by singing. This website is ideal for contextualization and students and learn in class and incorporation the English for a new language. And the second, BBC Learning English, the for communication skills, for example, writing, listening, speaking, and reading. And the last, in-person English portal. The all resources in a one place. Person portal have everything teachers of students for new method of translation from face to face and virtual class. Thank you.